Hello, hello, hello. So, I wanted to show my face after going through the corneal cross-linking procedure because I felt like it's really important to be as transparent as I can throughout this part of my transformation, this part of my healing journey, because I think it's not something that's talked about or shown on YouTube as much. But this is what my eye looks like after surgery. And as scary as surgery was to like go through, I feel like it's very important to do, especially if you have the resources and a surgeon that you trust. Because when it comes to keratoconus, you can't predict whether or not it's going to get any worse. But if it does, the vision that you lose is pretty permanent. And so it's really important to get checked out and do any treatment planning that you can as early as possible, so that you're prepared and you know what it is that you're like willing and able to do for yourself. So I wanted to come on here to show you all this is what it looks like, and that yeah, I'm still here, still alive, just very swollen. Like my eye is very swollen and watery and all that jazz, but we're still here. Yay. Mm. Today has been all about like rest and recovery, taking it easy on myself, because we've got a long road ahead. Corneal cross-linking is like a week-long recovery as far as like the physical elements of your eye, like the epithelium growing back. But as far as like your visual acuity, it can take 3 to 6 months to get your vision back, and it can take 1 to 2 years for everything to stabilize. So it really is like a long haul process. Hello, hello, hi Ravi, hi Monart, H2O. I don't understand Russian, I'm sorry. No, I don't understand the Russian language. Yeah, it's easy. I believe you. I know very, very little of Russian, but I think it's a beautiful language. But yeah, I'm doing my recovery process after having corneal cross-linking surgery here in the United States. And today is recovery day 1. I had my surgery yesterday, so I pretty much had surgery and then went to bed. I did go to my sister's birthday party, but I really just sat there and listened with my eyes closed for the majority of the time. And then I started to feel not so great. So I took a little bit of pain medicine and I sat and I waited for that to kick in. And I went straight to bed after that. Faye, can you sit her on the edge of the bed so she can have her vitamins? But yeah, this is what the eye looks like after corneal cross-linking just 24 hours later. For anyone with keratoconus who is curious about like the real life like experience. And as you can see, like my eyebrows are at different heights, like my eyelids look like totally different thicknesses, and it's because I'm really swollen over here, and my body is reacting to the procedure, but it's gonna get better. This is just the first day, and it is a long road recovery. Yeah, but I wanted to come on and show you all what it looks like. I feel like it's maybe not likely that I'll see anyone who actually has keratoconus on here, but if there were anyone with keratoconus, I'd want you to know that I'm here, and to know that the treatment is available to you. It's not too crazy. You don't necessarily look your prettiest after, but there's a lot of good benefits from doing it. So I wanted to be able to show you all what it looks like. I have my eyes closed just because it's a lot easier. The light in this room is very bright to me, even though it's really not that much light. And it kind of burns. Hi, Fabienne Martine. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. I am sore because I just had eye surgery yesterday, but I am recovering all right. In December, I was diagnosed with keratoconus, which is a somewhat rare condition, about 1 in 375, and up to 1 in 2,000, depending on what population you're in, can have keratoconus. It's more popular in African descending people and Asian descending people. And so that's something to know. But the condition is important to be aware of because it's progressive and it's degenerative, and it can actually be, it creates permanent vision loss at a rapid rate when it does start to act up. So it's very important to see an ophthalmologist if you have any vision changes and talk to them about it. It's important to talk to someone who is able to, you know, diagnose different diseases and who's interested in your ocular health, because it really is important. It really is something that you want to preserve as much as possible. And I wanted to share with you because I feel like it's something that I wish I had known, but I didn't. And now I'm kind of dealing with the after effects of everything, and it sucks. It really sucks. But I figure if I put my story out there, that other people who deal with keratoconus won't feel so alone, which is, you know, a really important part is like building community. And then the other thing is, like, if you're thinking about corneal cross-linking, I wanted you to know there's like a real person who just went through it. And I have been, you know, doing little tiny journals, like video journals, throughout the last like 2 days, and I plan to do it throughout the whole week, talking about the healing process and, you know, what it feels like, how, whether it hurts or not, and how it changes over time. The first 24 hours are like tolerable, but it's starting to get to that place where I can feel things are changing. And I know it's gonna start to not feel so great. So I am trying to get ready for that, because it does sting. It stings quite a bit. And I haven't been taking any pain medicine, just so that I can like actually talk about it. Hello. Hi, Patty Coleman. Hi. Hi, sweetie. And doing corneal cross-linking with a 2-year-old is really tricky, because they want to be picked up, they want to be loved on, they want all your attention. Yes, sweetie. But hi, Dustus. Oh, having my niece and nephew here really makes a difference because she has someone to play with, and I'm very grateful.
2 minutes? You just said 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, got it. Oh, my head is like, I wouldn't say like a full-blown headache, but it's just like a lot of stimulation from the light, so it's like not pleasant at all. But it is, I think, a sign that the healing process is underway. And so I am grateful for that, because it means I will feel better. It's just taking a little bit of time. Oh my God, my mic was muted. Is this better? I don't know if that's any better, but I saw that my mic was actually muted. So I've just been sitting here with a swollen eye and no context, LOL. But hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So you guys couldn't hear me, but you were still sticking around. Bless you. Um, let's see. Well, that was super nice. Okay. So now you can actually hear me. I was like, man, I must be just rambling to y'all. Hi, Fawad. Hello. So yes, I just had corneal cross-linking surgery, which is a minimally invasive procedure that people with keratoconus can take that will strengthen the cornea. You remove the epithelium from the top layer of the cornea, which is the part that makes the surgery hurt at all. And then they bathe your eye in riboflavin medicine, as well as shoot a UVA light at the cornea to create a chemical reaction with the collagen in the cornea, strengthening and increasing the number of bonds between each of the layers of the each of the layers of the collagen in the stroma, which is that like thin layer that makes up the full thickness of the cornea itself. With keratoconus, oh yeah, I'm so glad you checked in, Ray. We're just talking about my corneal cross-linking surgery. I had eye surgery yesterday. It was my first one. It was both very scary and not so painful at the same time. Like, as far as the actual surgery itself, it was just like very psychologically hard to do because you had to sit there. You have to like participate, and like the doctor will ask you to do certain things to make sure that the surgery goes smoothly. And there's a lot of scraping of the eye and like a lot of different drops, and you just kind of have to find your happy place throughout the procedure. Or you can take medicine that makes you a little bit loopy, but I decided that I would go unmedicated and do the whole process without the additional like loopy helpers. I would have if I didn't have my baby, probably, but you know, I wanted to be able to do this process and stay as healthy as I could so I could nurse my daughter. So, you know, I took one for the team, but what mom wouldn't? um, and what happened is in December of, hi, in December, I was diagnosed with keratoconus, which is a rare corneal disease. Basically, every time that my cornea gets injured, my body responds negatively to the injury, trying to help, but it actually breaks down the structure of my cornea, creating thin areas in the cornea where they should all be uniformly thick and dome shaped, and it ends up with like a cone shape to the cornea, and it becomes thin and bulging. So I'm feeling a lot better for sure in a way, but I'm also feeling terrible. This keratoconus doesn't hurt, and this surgery does. Keratoconus is not something that they can really like cure. So the vision loss that I've already experienced is something that's permanent. But the reason why it's important to slow the progression or stop it. Hello, sweetie. Hello. The reason that it's so important to treat.
Milk.
Baby. Relax.
Yes.
Okay, so the reason that it's so important to treat is because the vision loss that you experience with keratoconus is permanent. So it's important to stop any more loss, more so than to try and regain vision. And if you get the opportunity and you're a good candidate for something more permanent, good for you, and like I root for you. But in my case, it wasn't something that I was open to doing right off the bat. I just wanted to slow the progression or stop the progression to preserve my eye health. And then from there, figure out what exactly it is that I can do moving forward. Is probably just going to be wearing scleral lenses for me in both eyes. And at some point, I'm going to have to do all of this again for my right eye, which is pretty scary because this process is somewhat painful and it's definitely uncomfortable. So I'm not excited about it at all. But I know that it's going to be an important part of the protective process for my vision. I'm just trying to see whether or not my right eye is at all stable, because if it is, then great. And if it isn't, then I guess, you know, you gotta have to do what you gotta do.
My plate.
Go get your plate, sweetie.
Okay, we get it.
Okay. So yeah, we're taking it one step at a time here. It was a lot of chaos. But yeah, the sunglasses are here to like give me full relief from the light in the room because it's very bright. And it doesn't feel very good. And my eyes are starting to water because I'm starting to really feel the effects of the surgery. Thank you for keeping me in your prayers, Ray. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me, for real. But yeah, the whole point of me coming on live is just to kind of document this is what my eye looks like after surgery, you know, having the swelling, you know, literally you can see from one eyebrow to the other that there's a significant amount of swelling in the eye, kind of pushing out. But that's all a part of the process. I take eye drops throughout the day. And they're not pleasant either. They kind of sting and burn. So it's a lot. On the flip side of the surgery itself is not painful. It's just psychologically difficult, and the recovery is quite painful, which is something to consider if you're thinking about corneal cross-linking. It's not you know, oh, I'll just go in and I'll come out and I'll feel better, I'll see better. It doesn't actually. Yes, I'm definitely going to take a break and relax. I've been relaxing like all day. I took like 2-3 naps just to help myself like recover, because like the more your eye is closed, the better for healing it is. So I do keep my eye closed. I give it a little warm compress every now and then just to like kind of get some of the stuff off of my eye from the eye drops. Because I've got like just kind of a little bit of a gunky thing that kind of builds up on my eyelashes that is unpleasant. And then I'm taking an antibiotic throughout this week, 4 times a day. But on Tuesday, I will have taken my last doses of that. And then I'll just be taking the steroid drop, and that is the one that stings the most. So I'm not super excited about needing to take that one for a month. But the truth is that it's just important for the healing process to take it. It keeps the inflammation at bay, and it makes sure that there won't be any like weird warping happening to my cornea, which is all like kind of the point of the surgery, right? Is to preserve as much eye health as possible. And so being compliant with the aftercare is critical to having a good outcome. And I want to be able to see as well as I possibly can. And so I'm looking forward to hopefully just seeing the way that I used to before, and staying in good health. There's always changes in the medical field, and maybe someone will invent a cure. That would be great. Or a procedure that can make it so that I can see clearly. But for now, I'm just excited that I have this opportunity to do this surgery, and to work with such a passionate surgeon, and to share it with you all. Again, you can kind of see my eyes are watering. I'm not crying. It's just a very intense process. And like literally my eye is shedding tears as the healing process like continues. So yeah, I'm going to take a bit of a break, give myself a chance to breathe and to continue to reflect. I've been doing mini journals of the experience as well, that I'll be posting just so that folks have a chance to kind of see, what this experience has been like, and to see the progression of my eye, very importantly, so that anyone who is curious about corneal cross-linking and who's like thinking, is this for me? You'll have an opportunity to see what it looks like on someone else. And I wanted to do this because I, again, think that corneal cross-linking can be a game changer for somebody who is dealing with active keratoconus and wants to protect their vision. And permanent vision loss is a scary thing. So if you can stop it or slow it down, you definitely have something to consider. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot about that. How are you doing? How have you been feeling? I hope you didn't have any more after that. But I do remember you saying that you hadn't been feeling well. You have an infection. I'm so sorry. Okay. Well, I hope that the scans all come back like that it's a infection that they're able to treat, and that it's something that they can take care of. Please, 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 like, let me know how you're doing. Do you have a schedule for when you're going to get your scan? And hello, Improving Myself 604. Glad to have you here with us. Hi, Ignacio Rodriguez. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Friday. Well, I plan to be on Friday, and tomorrow and the day after that, just to like kind of document this. So if you see me, please stop by, say hi, let me know how you're doing. Thank you, Ray. Hablas español. I hope you don't speak French because I don't speak that at all. Oh, you were asking me if I'm okay. I thought you were asking Ray. Yes, so you can see this eye looks small compared to this one, and like my eyebrows are at different heights. That's because I have a swollen eyeball from surgery. So my eye is currently 1 day post-op from corneal cross-linking, which is a procedure that treats keratoconus by halting or slowing the progression of the disease. Keratoconus is a condition that basically the cornea, if it ever is injured from something like rubbing your eyes or anything like that, your body tries to react to that to help strengthen your cornea, But when you have keratoconus, it actually breaks it down. And when you thin your cornea, it becomes very irregular shaped, and it bulges out. Instead of being a nice smooth curve, it becomes this like kind of peaked cone like this. And you start to lose vision, and your cornea can get so thin that it actually collapses. And so it's very important to get checked, and to visit an ophthalmologist and get screened. It's, if you have health insurance in the US, like, it's typically covered because it is a very important condition to know about early, because you can treat it and you can actually stop yourself from going blind, or from losing your most, relied on sense, which is your sight. So it's so important. I didn't learn about keratoconus until I was in my 30s. And so I truly wish that I had known about it. But now, as a 34-year-old, I am just so grateful that I had the privilege to treat my left eye, that I'm going to eventually find a treatment path that's valuable for my right eye. And even though all my vision loss is permanent, I am really grateful that we can stop the progression of the disease. It's really important. So, am I going to be okay after the surgery? Yeah, keratoconus is not a very commonly known condition. It could be 1 in 375 people who have keratoconus, up to 1 in 2,000. So it's a sort of rare disease. It's not very rare, but it is not common. You can go to a high school and see no kids with keratoconus in the whole school, or 1 or 2 kids if you have like a really small school, or you could have like maybe 2 or 3 if you have a really big school. Take care, Ray. And please do keep us posted. I'm going to be on tomorrow as well. So I would love to hear how you're doing. I might not be on for very long because tomorrow's going to be like the hardest day. But I will be on just to like show everyone the progress and let people kind of see in real time what this looks like. And I hope that you get all the treatment that you need. You rest too, please. And I will be thinking of you and praying for you as you go through your process. You're going to be all right. I just feel it. But I hope that you take some time to rest and heal up. You deserve it. And as far as like, am I going to be okay? Maybe. So the keratoconus is a progressive disease, right? So that means it gets worse over time. And it's a permanent disease, meaning that the loss of vision that I've already had, I'm stuck with. But it's also like a preventable disease, meaning if you catch it early, you could stop or slow the progression. But you never know which it's going to be, so you kind of have to watch over time. Yes, I'm not crying. And it's only one eye. This eye is totally dry, totally healthy, like, but it is preventable if you catch it early, right? So you'll see a little bit of change. You'll start to see like little things, and you can screen for this in children and teens, because that's when the disease is actually like brewing for most people. And if you know about it, you can continue to track, right? Once a year, just get your scans, But if you don't, then you don't know your baseline, and you have to go through like a lot, honestly, before you find out. So it's just better to see an ophthalmologist and like once a year say, how's my eye health, and like get tested, because you can get checked out for so many things, glaucoma, obviously keratoconus, which is what I'm talking about, but glaucoma is the #1 cause of blindness in the world. You know, these are things that you can learn about and start to treat before they get out of hand. And I feel like that's just so important for us to all be aware of and to do something about. So yeah, I'm using this moment this on this day to talk about keratoconus because it's a part of my transformation, and this channel is all about transformation and understanding. So thank you so much. Yes, I know it's gonna be all right, even though it's like, ugh. Did I catch it early enough? No, not really. It got pretty bad, in my case. So, I might need to wear protective glasses like for the rest of my life. But I haven't really processed that. Um, so, I'm learning about like how bad my condition is this year because I didn't even know I had it. I just found out that I had it in December. About not even 2 months ago, I found out that I have keratoconus. So like I'm learning all of this so fast, and I went from learning about it to um, treating it really quickly, which is a godsend because it didn't get any worse, which is just very important. But I treated it early enough to be able I caught it early enough to make a good plan, and now it's just managing and monitoring, and making sure that everything is okay, as okay as it can be, because it's not really gonna get better. Like I said, it's just gonna stay how it is. You have alopecia. Oh, yeah, exactly. And staying strong and like having a good sense of like your own power is so key. I actually wrote a speech about what I'm going through. I wrote the speech before I started surgery though. So there's a lot that I would need to talk about in a second talk, but I was so inspired by what I learned, and I wanted to share it with people. So I wrote a speech about it. Um, and I'm so excited to eventually give that speech somewhere this year. But yeah, I had no idea that this was going on in my body. And I'm so grateful that I had one doctor after the other this year, and the end of last year kind of just helped me really understand where I stand, and understand my eye health, and you know get to a place where like I'm okay and everything is good. Um, and okay meaning it's not going to get worse, not that it's necessarily going to get better, and that's okay. Right now, the solid medical science is around prevention and support for where you've come. It's not about going back to where you were. And vision loss is scary, you know, but if you can face that, you can face almost anything. But yeah, I appreciate you asking, improving myself, whether or not I was crying. I'm not crying. It's just like literally my eyes are going like watering right now, because it actually really hurts. It stings. But it's all right. It's all good. Oh, so thank you, and you got this too. Alopecia is no joke. I know that it's an autoimmune condition, and it's a tough one to deal with because you deal with a lot of ignorance in people. But I know that you can do it. I know you got it. And I hope to see you around. If you're not already a subscriber, I hope to see you around. I'm gonna be on talking about this experience and getting back into my routine soon once I am all healed up and feeling better. So I hope to see you. Yeah. My eyes are really starting to get sore, so I'm gonna stop streaming for now. But I'm just so grateful to you all for being here and checking in, and I look forward to seeing you real soon in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Yes, what's up? I'll see you real soon, and good for you for sticking around. We need you here. All right, I'll see you real soon in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Okay, bye.